anxiety. If you don't know me, my name is Brianna. I'm a 20+ year licensed psychotherapist, and I've been in the mental health field for what feels like forever. If you ever say forever and you don't add the Sandlot reference, like, are you really living? But I've turned my life experience and my knowledge and expertise in the field of psychology into a multifaceted coaching and mentoring company that works not only through psychology, but styling and faith to help you move just another step forward from where you feel like you're stuck and not receiving the joy and peace that is needed in life. Do you notice how each of these videos progressively, I feel like I'm getting more clear on what I'm doing? I want to point that out because that actually has to do with this video today, which is that it's very easy to get into this comfort zone of living life this one way. And our brain convinces us that if you step out of that pocket, something might happen. You might fail. You might look like an idiot. It may not work. And so we stay in this comfort zone. We stay in this comfort zone. Where's my beatboxers? We stay. Anyways, so we stay, and then what happens is we don't grow or evolve, and then we don't actually give ourselves the opportunity to see what happens after the expansion. And so here I am, and I'm just realizing as I spoke that little intro that I'm already starting to expand and feel more comfortable in front of this camera, which at first, you may not believe it, but like I have a lot of anxiety around putting this stuff up on YouTube and talking because, I don't know, there's a lot of reasons that we'll get into one day. But I digress. So let's get back on track. What if, question for you, what if anxiety is not the enemy, but the signal? What if anxiety isn't the enemy, but the signal? A lot of the clients that I work with, women clients that I work with who struggle with anxiety or OCD or panic attacks or any sort of phobia, I usually get women with phobias around like throw up. It's very interesting. Fear of throwing up, like you're gonna die. Like that's like, so it's so interesting. But all of them have the same expectation, which is I just feel like I'm not moving as far forward as I want because like when do I ever heal from anxiety? And that's the thing, like anxiety is not the enemy. You don't want to like heal from it. You want to learn to listen to its signals and then develop the strong mind and the strong nervous system that can either out-negotiate it or point out what's obvious and move either further from it or closer to it, depending on what's happening. So if anxiety isn't the enemy and it's just the signal, then we've got this really great skill already given to us that we can use as a mode of decision making and action taking that helps you to feel really good at the end of that decision versus feeling more shame, feeling more self-judgment, and feeling like exhausted, which then has you repeat that thing that you didn't want to do in the first place again. So this is why knowledge isn't enough when it comes to working with the anxious part of yourself. You probably have noticed, this is what, video number 4, you've probably noticed that not once have I said, my anxiety. I despise that word because it doesn't belong to me. It was developed or it was given to me, and I'm not trying to keep that thing close. I want to keep it at arm's length so I can decide what I want to do with it. So please change your language around that because the mind, it hooks onto anything possible that it can take to use as a way to protect itself. So remember that it's not my anxiety. You have an anxious symptom. There's an anxious part of you that exists, but it does not belong to you. It is shoo, go away, not interested. So I had tried, when I had that panic attack in 2019, I started going to EMDR therapy, which is a specific type of therapy for people who have experienced trauma. And I noticed some changes, but I kept explaining to her that I feel like there's something missing between my brain and my body, like where they're not working together. Like my mind knows, like, I don't want to go take pizza to an idiot's house. If you don't get that reference, you need to watch the video before this. But my nervous system is saying, like, no, you have to, or something bad's going to happen. You have to do this thing. And so I was like, it's like my brain and my body weren't working together. And so I tried more things. With EMDR, I tried microdosing mushrooms. I tried ayahuasca ceremonies. I tried mushroom ceremonies. I tried meditating. I tried sound baths. I tried using crystals. I tried, I don't know, affirmations. I tried putting my feet in cold water. I tried taking multiple showers a day. Like, I tried everything. Everything. Okay? Everything. You name it, I've tried it. So if there's something I didn't list, comment below and ask me. I'm probably going to say yes. But I tried it all. And something was still missing. My body and my brain weren't working together. And even as a trained professional, I was shocked to realize that, like, in these anxious states, I couldn't figure it out. I couldn't get out of it. I couldn't stop myself. Like, it just stuff. It was like as if I was watching myself in 3D. Like, Brianna's making the pizza and driving to the dude's house, and I'm watching from the back and being like, don't go, don't go. And yet I'm still going. This is why, like, awareness is great because you can see it happening, but awareness does not stop behaviors. Self-awareness is great because you notice it, but self-awareness actually doesn't change a behavior. You have to put some things into place now in order to take action on what's going on. And I was trying to constantly fix the wrong thing. I was trying to fix the relationship. I was trying to fix my body. I was trying to fix my level of success, but I wasn't doing the, like, even with the EMDR work, there was still stuff that I wasn't allowing myself to get to. And so it's actually really funny because when I first started therapy, again, I did not know I was anxious. No joke. Licensed therapist for, at that point, I don't know, 15 years, 16 years. Go to therapy. I'd been going for about 3 months, maybe 4 months. She always hands me a bill to, get reimbursed by my insurance. I never look at it. And then the day I got in my car holding my super bill, and I looked down and it says, first diagnosis, generalized anxiety disorder. Second diagnosis, PTSD. What? I have generalized anxiety disorder? How do I have PTSD? This makes no sense. I promise you, ask all of my clients, I'm a really good therapist. But when it comes to my own stuff, apparently, I'm missing a few screws. But I was shocked. And it also humbled me. I was shocked because how did I miss this for this long? But also it was like, okay, now that I see these words on this paper, I get to start doing life differently. I get to look at myself differently. I get to be more compassionate with myself. I get to be more gracious with myself as I relearn who I am, who God created me to be, what I like, what I don't like, and what my identity is and who I want to be, like who I truly want to be in life. That doesn't include all of these survival behaviors. And so in trying all of those things, there was 2 things that happened. Number one was I had a lot of really cool experiences. Okay, I don't regret doing any of the things that I did. And even in one of those experiences, like in one of my ayahuasca experiences, at one point I ended up having a panic attack in the medicine ceremony. And the shaman woman helped me to, calm down. And then I could not stop rocking and moving. Like I had so much buzzing through my body. And so there was like, music playing and people crying and so much happening. So I was like, can I please just go like stand outside? I just feel like I need a place to be quiet. And I went outside and I immediately heard like, you can't escape the noise. Like you have to learn how to shut down the noise from the inside out. You will never experience what it's like to be grounded and quiet and silent and at peace until you do it from the inside. Like, if that is not the crux and the kryptonite of every anxious person that is experiencing the same thing, the inability to be still, the inability to be quiet, the inability to just have everything shut off. And so I had this aha moment of like, I don't have to keep doing more in order to eliminate anxiety. I have to start listening to it and doing less. I have to start getting quiet enough to hear everything it's saying. I have to get still enough in my body in order to allow it to move through me instead of taking action on it. And so again, I have to add, like, my walk with faith over the last 2 years has helped ground a lot of this out of me. But it started with me getting quiet and staying still. And that was a practice that I had to do over and over and over again because it was uncomfortable. I didn't like it. It felt like I was not being productive. It felt like none of it made sense. There was no reason for it. I couldn't do anything, the performative part of me, right? Like, so this is where I'm encouraging each of you that like really the biggest power play that you can have with managing the anxious part of you is learning how to be quiet and learning how to be still so that you can hear what it's saying, hear what that part of you needs, and then meet the need from a place of stillness and a place of peace, not a place of chaos and overwhelm. So, healing didn't start when I understood anxiety. It started when my nervous system felt safe enough to actually slow down and do less. Okay? My name is Brianna. I am a 20 plus year licensed clinical psychotherapist who is sharing her story of anxiety in order to not only empower you, but remind you that there is never too late of a start to begin healing from anxiety. All right?